What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the wrestling news on January 13th, 2025 for you all today. And today we're going to be talking about what is going on in the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and you assassinators need to know from the Wrestle Zone article. And we're going to start things off today with some Cody Rhodes news as he collaborates with Dude Perfect in new video, and it states that undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes meets Dude Perfect, like in a post on Instagram. The American Nightmare commented like on collaborating with Dude Perfect and congratulated like them like on the launch of DPHQ3, and it says right here, he said that he had a lot of fun like with the crew, and and he teased that he'd return to the Earth battlefield like when the time was right. Like in Dude Perfect's video, like Rhodes shoots Nerf guns like at the crew, and here's the video for it. You can see that he posted on his Instagram page, and
you said that. Good speed.
You gotta have your legs up a little bit.
Oh, did you keep them up or down?
And it says right here, like also Arn Anderson was on about Cody Rhodes, which we'll get into in just a moment. But I want to ask you, like, what are your thoughts on him collaborating with this crew of this crew right here, like of the, and do you think this will not be the last time that we will be seeing him doing the collab right here? Let me know down in the comment section right down below, which it will likely be. But we'll talk about more news about Cody Rhodes, like as his former manager in AEW, Arn Anderson, recently praised the American Nightmare while speaking on the latest episode of the Busted Open Radio. Like he stated that Dusty Rhodes knew that Cody had what it took to succeed. He explains, he told me like when they first pulled him up, like and they put him like with Ted DiBiase Jr. and stuff. Dusty would tell me when I would see him, like I'd look at him. Brain, like he would look at me and no fear and go he's got it, the kids got it. Like it wasn't to elicit like it wasn't elicit like a positive response from me. He was just saying point blank, like he knew Cody had what it took to work on top in this business. Like in this business, you have to go or have to do, I meant to say, like a lot extra. You gotta be a harder worker. Like you gotta strive like to be a better worker. Like, and if you're a second generation wrestler, like you're gonna come in like with baggage, because most guys will be thinking you got a free ride. But what are your thoughts on that? Like in that, like even though he had a second generation wrestler and he had a father that was a successful run in the industry, but that doesn't mean it's gonna just automatically just rub off on him over by night, and thinking that it's gonna give him that cheap success, like it would him not need to put in that much in the work in. But that will be far from the truth, because Cody Rhodes had to work his way up until he finally got up in the tippity top, which he finally did when he finished his story to become the new WWE champion almost a year ago when he defeated Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. But yeah, but you see now Cody Rhodes, he did put in the work, and now it's starting to pay off even more. Ever since he came back, and even when he left, when he barely was tag team champion and intercontinental champion, and also being only known as being Goldust's brother, his Stardust. When Cody Rhodes smartly just left the company altogether, even when WWE didn't agree with him to go back to his Cody Rhodes character, or even come up with a gimmick like this, being his own version of his father, the American Dream. But he could be the American Nightmare, but they thought that was a horrible idea until he left and went to companies like TNA, New Japan, Ring of Honor. What's the other company? The National Wrestling Alliance, and even wrestling the independent scene, and even having his match at the first ever All In before AEW started making it as their annual pay-per-view. And that's when WWE realized they messed up of him letting them go. But eventually, a few years later, fast forward, he finally makes his return, all thanks to Mr. Man that used to be the chairman of the company, and that is none other than Vincent Kennedy McMahon. But not so long after he retired as the chairman. But what are your thoughts on Cody Rhodes' father? Seeing him seeing DNA as what it takes to become a successful wrestler, even before he was even in the WWE title scene. And do you think that Dusty was totally 100% right? Which I'm looking at yeah, he's totally correct about his younger son. But despite Cody having this much success, I would say Dustin Rhodes has his success of his own, even though despite he having been a world champion in any promotion that he worked for, not even AEW along with WWE. And I sure hope that changes very soon, despite him being at the age of 55, 56. But yeah. But moving on, we got from one WWE star to another, as Triple H comments on Eagles players attempting a pedigree during an NFL game, and it says right here, himself and the current content officer of WWE during a Philadelphia's game on January 12th, 2025, and the WWE and in the WWE head booker noticed that, and Triple H took to X to respond to a clip in which Quinyon Mitchell went for a celebratory pedigree onto Cooper Gene, I guess it's the Gene, but during the Philadelphia Eagles' NFL playoff game against the Green Bay Packers, the execution of Triple H's signature move wasn't perfect, but it still sparked buzz among fans. In his post, Triple H noted that there was a reason WWE encouraged fans not to try this at home, but he sent Mitchell and the rest of the team his congratulations. But what are your thoughts on Triple H noticing like the Eagles player like doing this? And I barely watched that game. Like the only game that I probably watched from yesterday was the Commanders against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I obviously made a review video on yesterday last night. Make sure you Assassinators check that out. But like, but I did heard that they beat the Green Bay Packers 22-10, and then we got the Buffalo Bills beat the Denver Broncos 37-7. But we're gonna be talking more about that in a different football video for a different day. But what are your thoughts on Triple H noticing like the this noticing this attempt from the Eagles player, which I think that was a very funny tribute to the former multi-time WWE champion. Even if it was kind of botched, like it still shows that that like nobody will never forget of being like a wrestling fan growing up as a child, like along with being like a football fan or any other sports fan or anything in life. Like, but anyways, what I was about to say. It was pretty cool that Triple H did notice this. Like, it seemed like he's a Philadelphia sports fan. Like, no matter if it's the Philadelphia Sixers, considering he knows Joe Embiid and the Philadelphia Eagles. Like with those players like Jan Mitchell and Jalen Hurts and others. And I'm not sure if he's a Phillies fan though, but I guess like that's the next best thing, next closest city, like and I guess near probably Connecticut and New York. Like considering there's no sports teams like professional sports teams in the state of Connecticut, like because I just don't know about that. I don't know what's the reason, but yeah, but that's probably the next best thing is the root for a team that's in the eastern side, like especially if they're really good, like the Eagles and the Sixers. But yeah, but moving on, we got Scott Steiner like explains that Triple H offered his son a NUL deal. And Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner's son, Brockrick Steiner, plays college football for the Jacksonville State University Gamecocks, and according to the Steiner, the chief content officer himself has offered his son a WWE Next in Line deal, and it says right here as he shared the news while speaking on Busted Open Radio. Like this is what he had to say onto the matter. Like I left with a lot of hard feelings, but at some point, you gotta let it be. Like you can't like be angry angry the whole time. You can't hold a grudge. Plus, like the fact some people like that you have a grudge against, like probably don't even know anyway. Like I didn't want to screw up anything from Braun Breaker, like so I just buried the hatchet. Like matter of fact, like Hunter called me the other day, like probably like 3 weeks ago, like and offered my boy like a NIL deal. Like I buried the hatchet. He's got one more year in college. And do you think, like, after this last year of being in college, like, do you think he could transition into wrestling, like, and have a career like that, just like his dad, uncle, and cousin, like, which his cousin's currently holding the Intercontinental Champion right now on Monday Night Raw currently, like, which is Braun Breaker, and adding another Steiner and adding another Steiner family member could be a good sign that that could be good for I say good for business and for the family as well. Like with them getting some successes in WWE, even though like outside the business they had some other successes like in other wrestling companies, which I can name too right out the bat. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below what's your opinion about this? Like with Mr. Brock Rexsteiner is going to be doing over there, and do you think he could be paired up as a tag team with his cousin, the the Wolf Dog or not Wolf Dog, the Angry Dog, whatever he's called? Like, or should I just say the reigning, defending Intercontinental Champion currently? Yeah. And do you think they could be teammates like their respective fathers and uncles, like, and maybe even go after for the tag team championships? And do you think that Brock should be known as a Steiner last name, or do you think he should be like his cousin and be known as Brock Breaker? I guess you could say, or do you think he should come up with his own name to be known as in his future run in the Stanford-based company? Now that he signed next next in line deal, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, which that's what it stands for, NIL. Yeah. And what are your thoughts on Big Papa Punch Scott Steiner buried the hatchet with whoever beef he had with anybody WWE, especially with the now chief content officer and head booker Triple H? Which I would say I agree, like especially if he's offering your son an opportunity of a lifetime, along with your nephew going over there, like what will be an issue, like when things that whatever grievance that he had with the game or anybody else in WWE, like that was like over 20 years ago. So yeah, it's like, what's the point of holding any grudges? Like if it's not even needed to be doing so, like which yeah, looking thinking about it, like it's completely useless. Yeah. And things have changed over the years, like and yeah. And there's really and yeah. And it's like what Triple H said, like when WWE brought back CM Punk, like if you're gonna act like the same person from 10 years ago, like there's really something wrong with you. Like and there really is. Like I totally agree on that one. Like because like if that person's acting like the same from like a decade ago, like why would you still have some beef with that said individual? Like if they're if they're not like that same person, if they change and they grow up into a better path, like or grow up to be a better person in the better path, I meant to say. But yeah, but moving on to the next slide, let's talk about to another WWE wrestler, and that is Drew McIntyre says he wants time on the microphone with John Cena, and the Scottish Warrior is determined to get the opportunity to work with the 16-time world champion. Cena kicked off his farewell tour like in the WWE Raw on Netflix premiere, like there he declared for his Royal Rumble match as he made it clear that he wants to win the world title one last time. And speaking on the Babyfaces podcast, the former three-time WWE World Champion Drew McIntyre was asked to comment on John Cena declaring for the Royal Rumble match and targeting the world title. This is what the Scotsman said in response. Like, good luck. Like all I care about is I want time on that microphone, like with him, and I want that one-on-one match, and I'm gonna make it happen. Like one way or another, let's just hope like he doesn't end up like in the ring with me, like in the Royal Rumble, like because the last person who got in my way in the Rumble like last year, like and was aiming to main event WrestleMania was CM Punk. Again, I tore his tricep off the bone. Like, so I'll maybe like ask Cena pick the muscle, pick the bone because like I'm tearing it like or breaking it. And then Drew McIntyre also went on about CM Punk, but before I get into that, what are your thoughts on him like sending a message to Big Match John? And do you think that Cena should be heeding the Scottish Warriors warning, like of encountering him in the 30-man battle royal or the annual 30-man battle royal? Let me rephrase that. And or what are your thoughts? Like and could Drew McIntyre could make John Cena as an example, like he did with CM Punk, which I don't think he would break any bones or any parts of Cena's body, right, to prevent him from headlining WrestleMania. Like I'll say that's probably not going to keep Cena. Also not going to keep Cena from headlining WrestleMania, especially if there's a championship being on the line. And maybe like whether he wins or lose, I still think he's going to have some kind of a match at WrestleMania. And I know it kind of sounds selfish of me for asking this, but I hope that he does win because just like what he said, it's been like over 2,000 days since 2018 that he won a singles match. And I was thinking they should keep this into a storyline until at WrestleMania he does have a singles match and he wins that match, and he finally breaks that losing streak of winning a singles match. But let me know about this in the comment section right down below if it's even relevant more than the championship title win. Which I would say not exactly as relevant, if he did get an opportunity, I sure hope that he does win in the 17th World Championship and maybe even hold on to that title for a little while. But at the same time, I would not mind if he put over a young talent like someone like Carmelo Hayes or Braun Breaker, like that kind of those kind of guys, like to be the next star in the main event scene. But yeah. Anyway, we got Drew McIntyre on CM Punk. McIntyre has his sights set on facing Cena. And he previously feuded with another top star in the business, and that is his name was Chick Magnet Punk. And their rivalry culminated in a Hell in a Cell match at WWE Bad Blood, where Punk scored the final win. Recently, reflected on the match while speaking with Aj Prashad, for Uprox, and this is what he stated on the best Hell in the Cell ever. I've got my favorites, especially the first one, and the Taker Mankind one, for different reasons. People remember that for fully defined death, repeatedly, within the matter, of 15 minutes, and the Triple H Taker one from a storytelling perspective, that's what I like about it. I guess the Punk and I one it Like it truly was justified. Like it truly was blood feud. It really was personal. It felt real because it was real all the way, like through and we restored what Hell in a Cell is all or was all about. I didn't technically lose. Succumb I should, I succumbed like to blood loss, like and breaking my back, like on the steps, like but also being gone for those like few months. Like I have a very different outlook coming back now. But what are your thoughts on Drew McIntyre reflecting his feud against the Chicago-made wrestler and even compared it to like two of his favorite Hell in a Cell matches in WWE history, those two both featured the Dead Man himself, which is the Undertaker, of course. Which I can't believe by at the end of this year it will be exactly 35 years since he made his WWE debut. But anyways, let me know down in the comments about what everything Drew McIntyre had to say about anything of the sort. And do you think that he will win the Royal Rumble for a second time? And do you think that he will be beaten? And do you think that he will be what's his name? Beat every single one, and even make John Cena's next victim, like he did with Punk last year's Rumble. Which I'm not sure if that's exactly going to be happening, but I think Drew McIntyre is not gonna be slowed down of trying though. I think he'll be attempting to, but he'll be unsuccessful of doing that. He'll do everything right except for that. But Rika Tatsumi to challenge Mizuki at TJPW Grand Princess 25. And it says right here, Rika Tatsumi will challenge Mizuki for the Princess of Princess Championship at TJPW Grand Princess 25. Like this March, Mizuki's recent, like that, 25, like in this March, and Mizuki recently won the Princess of Princess Championship from Miru Watanabe, which it sounds very familiar to Momo, like at TJPW's in Tinyan show in Korakuen Hall. Like this marked a Mizuki's second reign as TJPW's top champion. And it states that a week later, like on January 11th, TJPW held a Mizuki's first challenger and featured 6 of TJPW's top competitors, like in Shoko Nakajima, like in Yoki like with Palm Joku, like Rika Tatsumi, like with Arisu Indo, like and Hyper Miseo, like however, like after a tough battle, it was Rika Tatsumi who came out victorious as the last woman standing. After the match, like Rika Tatsumi, like spoke to the backstage press, like to address the upcoming championship match. Like she said that she like looked like forward to facing Mizuki, like it says for the first time 1-on-1, and that she wishes to win back the Princess Championship. And here's the video of it, which I'm not sure if it's in English, but I'm gonna play the video right here real quick.
ずーっと戦いたかった水着シングルをしたことも何かの陰謀かと思ってたんですけど、でも何かとチャンスはあったのに逃してきてはしまっていたので、だけど今回自分の手でしっかりと掴み取ることができました。今はただただそれをかみしめて3.16に備えたいなって考えています。ただそれだけではなくて、実況とのシングルはもちろんとっておきで特別で楽しみではあるんですけど、それだけじゃなくてもういい加減にちゃんとベルトと向き合って、また私の元にベルトを持ってきたいので、その夢も合わせて実況とのシングルとダブルで夢を叶えたいと思います。はい。いや、まさか実況の方から、回答、しかもその日は実況の誕生日ということで、大事に決めてくれて、緊張はものすごいことになると思うし、今からも緊張しちゃってるんですけど、喜びのお誕生日にしたいと思います。はい。私の夢を叶えるためには、ね、大好きではあるんです。今もやってから8年経っても変わらずに愛はどんどん膨れ上がっているんですけど、だけどどうしても仲間だからライバルでもあるから戦わなくちゃいけない。だから嫌われるかもしれないけど、私が勝利したいと思います。覚悟します。
And to be honest, I did not understand what you said, and but yeah, it sounds very intriguing what was coming out of her mouth. But let me know in the comments whatever she was saying, like translate it right down below, like what exactly what she said when she was sending a message, like in this Princess Championship match, like against what's her name, Miru Watanabe, like. Watanabe. But anyways, TJPW then made the match official on TDT website. Like the title match, like between Rika and Mizuki. What I'm talking about? No, what I'm talking about in Mizuki, that she's gonna be Rika's gonna be facing Mizuki for the Princess Championship. Yeah. But it will be take place at the TJPW's first major event like of the year, Grand Princess, like in Grand Princess 25 on a Sunday, like March 16th. Despite both women being two of TJPW's most declarated competitors, Tatsumi and Mizuki have never competed against one another in singles action. Their upcoming Princess of Princess Championship bout will be their first singles encounter. And it says that Rika Tatsumi however is not new to competing for and winning championship gold, and as of the time of writing, she is one of only two Grand Slam champions in TJPW. She previously held the Princess of Princess Championship back in 2021, winning the belt from Yuka Sakazaki. I think that's what her name is, Yuka Sakazaki. Which that sounds very familiar. I think she's from Stardom because she did wrestle and competed in, what was it, AEW? I think, wasn't the one that was teaming Willow the Pillow against Momo Watanabe and Kristen Statlander, before losing to, but it says right here, before losing the belt to Miyu Yamashita after two successful defenses. I guess TJPW is kind of like one of the side Japanese wrestling companies, just probably like a TNA of Japan's wrestling. But I haven't heard about this company probably is I do not watch anything on this program, and I apologize, man. I kind of feel embarrassed, and some of y'all probably be saying why did you even start talk about this wrestling news story if you don't know anything about it? That's because it looked very intriguing, and I thought some of you Assassinators that do watch shows like this, in Japan, would to get a kick of this on the SNA podcast. And the only thing I probably better watch that's close to New Japan was probably this Wrestle Dynasty. I watched and I seen plenty of pretty interesting strong style wrestling matches. Something that I was where have I been? Because this New Japan stuff is very interesting as heck. And the only thing that I know about this, and I hear so much about in everything from New Japan, is probably thanks to AEW and from probably fellow YouTubers as well. Even if the AEW didn't exist, I probably would have heard from a lot of fellow YouTubers, and I'll probably give it a try and watch some of the New Japan stuff. But I mean, I did watch some highlights of stuff, including with Kenny Omega and who else that was in the company, even Matt Riddle and Nick Nemeth, Mercedes Moné, and other wrestlers that went over to the Japanese-based company, or not just Japanese, the Tokyo-based company. But yeah. And I sure hope that I will be making more New Japan content here on the SNA podcast, at least every once in a while, when it's kind of convenient. But yeah, hopefully that this won't be the last time that I will be making a review, especially in 2025 as well. But or even many more years to come, I should say. And that will be putting more to talk about on the Tokyo-based company. But yeah, but let me know in the comment section right down below, who's gonna be winning. Is it gonna be Mizuki or Rika? What's her name? Rika Tatsumi. Yeah. Rika Tatsumi or Mizuki, who's gonna be walking out of there in March, become the new, I mean not the new, but whether if it's steel or new Princess of Princess Championship. But moving on, we got it says right here that Evil says he's not going back to Japan after a loss at NJPW's Battle of the Valley, or Battle in the Valley, which Somehow it was probably a month early because normally a Battle of the Valley event will happen in February, which that's probably one of the events that I know that's going to be happen that happens like in the that's happening like in the beginning of the year. But anyway, former NJPW star or now like New Japan star now turned into a former Evil says goodbye to the Tokyo-based promotion. Like as at NJPW Battle of the Valley, Evil like SHO and Sumi Sakai like lost to Hiro. I mean, Hiromu Tanahashi. That's what his name is. Hiromu Tanahashi, Yuka, and Yuka Sakazaki and Maru Iwanatani. Like, and it says right here in his post match comments, like Evil stated like that he would not be going back to NJPW. Those and this is what he had to say on onto the post match press conference. Says those damn punks like are all full of themselves. Like listen up. Like I'm not going back to Japan. Goodbye, New Japan. Like don't forget it. But let's like here's the video clip of him saying all this like on into this little press conference like yeah, they had a match like and after the show in general of Battle of the Valley. I understand why is it loading up. Hope we got fixed the issue. I better. Okay, I finally got it to work.
もう日本には帰らねえからな。グッバイニュージャパン。分かったかよく覚えとけ。
And what are your thoughts on his reaction? And for those that are that couldn't understand him in Japanese, hopefully the subtitles had the where it translates to understand it. And it says Evil has held multiple titles in his run in the company, including the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Tag Team Championships. Like he has also held the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, like among other accolades in the Tokyo-based promotion. But what are your thoughts on? Oh, right. And but what are your thoughts? Yeah, but what are your thoughts on to him losing the Battle of Valley? And do you think he means it and he's going to be leaving NJPW and he's not going to come back? Do you think that was work or shoot? Let me know in the comment section right down below. But before I move on to the next video, I'm not moving the clip. I'm not. I mean, yeah. The next one, like the next. I meant to say the next slide, like I better talk about the results on the Battle of the Valley event, which it says right here. New Japan Pro Wrestling presented their New Japan Battle of the Valley event on January 11th. The show was held in San Jose at the at at Civ at Civic in I mean at it was at San Jose Civic in San Jose, California. Among the other matches, like with the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Zack Sabre Jr. faced Hechicero, plus Konosuke Takeshita defended his never open heavyweight championship against Kushida, and Gabe Kidd defended his New Japan Strong Openweight Championship against Tomohiro Ishii. Dang, half of these guys are from AEW. Well, I'll say Kushida's in TNA. But yeah, I got to understand why I didn't even review it. Well, I wasn't notified like this event was even happening. I need to start following more on New Japan stuff because it's starting to be more interesting. Like especially when guys like Konosuke Takeshita, Tomohiro Ishii, and even Kushida are going to be making appearances, right? Into these matches, even though they're from this company, but still, I was not expecting them to be wrestling in this. Not prepared, and I would have probably made a review on to this this past Saturday, even though I probably would have been busy with other things. Well, I wasn't probably that busy because I didn't did the football review video. I probably would have added some time onto this. But anyway, it said on the pre-show, it says strong survivor match, we saw Zane J taking on Viento, which I didn't really see, but for you Assassinators that are also New Japan fans probably seen. And it says Zane J defeated Viento. Well, but anyways, we got the pre-show other match, which was TMDK with Bad Dude Tito and Shane Haste of the team, defeating Fred Rosser and Matt Vandegrift. We got the main show, which was for the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. Gabe Kidd taking on Tomohiro Ishii, and it went on for about 30 minutes of the time limit into a draw. After the match, Gabe Kidd challenged Ishii to a 30-man Iron Man match, at the New Japan Windy City Riot, and Ishii gladly accepted that offer from the current champion. And it says right here, and after that, we got a Coast Wrecking Crew, between Jarrell Nelson, and Royce Isaacs, to defend their New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Championships against Roppongi Revice, and Rocky Romero, and the wrong Vice, which is Rocky Romero, and Rocky Romero, and YOH or Yo, whatever it's called. But anyway, it said, and we got the Empress Nexus. Empress Nexus versus Venice. Empress Nexus Venice, which is the team of Hanako and Milka and Mina Shirakawa, of course, which is, or should I say, Krina Shirakawa, and Viva Van to defeat Anna J, ACM, Johnny Robbie, and Trish Adora, which those names are in AEW / Ring of Honor. But anyways, we got the New Japan World Television channel on the line, which was El Fantasmo, defending it against against Jeff Cobb, which it went into a double count out. And then we got Hana, Hiramu. What it says, Hiramu, Hiramu. What they Hiramu, Tanahashi, and Maru and Walatami, Maru and Walatami, which she's the one that's, well, never mind. But anyways, that and in a Yoko and what do they in a Yoka Yoka Sakazaki defeating defeating House of Torture, which is Evil and Show, and Sami Sakai. And then we got and we all know what that went, considering what we talked about on the last news report. But the never open weight IWGP Championship on the line between Konosuke Takeshita defending against Kushida, which he defeated him. And after the match, Takeshita challenged Hiroshi Tanahashi to face him at Windy City, for the gold, which we all, what's his name? Hiroshi Tanahashi gladly accepted. And then it says right here, Zack Sabre Jr. Defended the IWGP successfully and this is where we got what's his name? Zack Sabre Jr. Successfully defending his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Hechicero, and then we got the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion El Desperado, successfully defended against Taji Ishimori. But here's the post. But here's the post right here from the event, with some of the stuff with New Jersey Cal. And what were your thoughts on this match? And for those New Japan fans out there, who did you rooted for to win? And did any of these names that you win that won that got your prediction right? And satisfy you with a really great I say. With a really great enthusiasm into the match. Let me know in the comment section right down below. I'm not sure what I even meant by saying that, but anyways, yeah. But next up, Sean Waltman, of fans dealt with a lot of bull sugar honey iced. What am I even talking about right now? This is the wrestling news. If it's not gonna be censored, neither is SNA. But anyways, let me redo this. Sean Waltman, fans, Sean Waltman states that fans dealt with a lot of bullshit. Over the years, Triple H is here for the fans. And yes, this is the first time I'm saying the word in over probably a year now, which I start now since if it's not gonna be uncensored, I'm just gonna say the swear words. But anyway. Discusses the Triple H era of WWE. Triple H took over WWE Creative in the summer of 2022. Since then, the company has smashed records, and fans have consistently highlighted how the product is, and improvement over the speaking with Justin Barrasso for undisputed WWE Hall of Famer Sean Waltman, like one of Triple H's close friends, like made it clear that he was proud, like of him, like and this is what he stated right onto the interview, like by pointing out that that he said, I'll share something I haven't told anyone else. Like when we're at Raw, like I said, to him, like you deserve all this, like, and the fans deserve you. Like the fans dealt with a lot of bullshit over the years. Like it was hard to be a fan for a while. Like, and I don't. Fucking fine. I don't fucking mind saying it. It's different now. Like he's here, like for the fans. Like there is so much happiness, like and excitement, like surrounding WWE. This is what I always envisioned, like for him. It's amazing. And hopefully I did not offend nobody using some foul languages by using the F and the bomb. I'm just reading what it states right here on the news report. Like and I made a promise to you, Assassinators. Like if something's not gonna be uncensored, like what if it's on news reports or in wrestling, like I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna censor it out or using it as a what's it called as a initial message, like to know who I'm referring to. Like, but like if it does get censored, I'm gonna be using the sugar honey iced tea, biscuit iced tea, chicken hot cakes, or even fudge unsweetened chocolate kiwi kale words. But but either one, I'm gonna follow it and go with the flow with it. But anyways, we got Sean Waltman, which is like about legends getting treated well. Like, and Walton also commented on being a legend in WWE and noted that they treated well now, like whereas that was now always the case. Like and this is what he added onto the into this interview, stating like we get treated like so well, like and that wasn't always the way it was. There's been like times over the years, like I've seen older wrestlers so disappointed, like that they weren't even acknowledged. It's a big deal to us. Like this was our life, so it means the world to be treated like the way we're treated. Being at Raw, I loved it. Like I was telling my wife this, like even people I wasn't close with, like back in the day, I'm so happy to see them now. And related to Sean Waltman, also known as X-Pac, like says Kenny Omega helped him with what Kenny Omega told said that he helped him with his diverticulitis battle, which I'll say well, what a good spirit like of the WWE legend done, like with a guy that's famously known into companies outside of the WWE, including being in New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW. Yeah, like that. What a nice, cool man that he is. Like, and yeah, and I'm very happy that he was treated very well. Like from last Monday's Raw, like when they made appearances, like and attended the show, like on from this past month, last Monday when they finally premiered and debuted on the Netflix streaming platform. But yeah. But let me know down in the comment section right down below what your thoughts on it and what your thoughts on me like saying swear words, like, and do you think this should definitely be like something that should be used like occasionally, like if it's like makes sense into of using it into my podcast, like like especially like when like if it's been said on the interview that's uncensored, like you're just pointing out that the facts on the matter, which some of y'all probably would agree. And do you think that the X Pac is right and they don't have to deal with any more bull sugar honey iced teas? Which I guess I'm gonna use that term right now, like here, which if I'm not overusing the swear word, like did not make this like I'd say like a PG like product. Well, I'm not sure if this video is gonna be rated PG. Like maybe it could be like I'd say PG-13. I guess you could say, like considering I used a little bit of the swear words. But yeah, but let me know in the comments. And my point is, like, do you think this is definitely a new era, like of WWE, with everybody being treated very well, like with the current talents and the former talents that are legends in the business, like that got an invite of watching the show, and also and I mean, and also like we got some 4 great matches. With some might complain that we didn't feature the likes of Gunther or whatnot. Well, it didn't really need it to feature him in the match because he wasn't in the storyline fight, like in order to get into to a contest on the debut show. But we probably will be seeing him in action on probably in the next 2 weeks, like when he heads to the State Farm Arena, like it's probably his next title defense, maybe where we could possibly could see him fight CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, which we're probably gonna be seeing. They're gonna probably build that up tonight, like with CM Punk's like now that his feud with Seth Rollins is over, which you probably think it will, but only for him not to realize that Seth Rollins could weasel his way right into a world title scene himself, which we're going to get into in just a moment. Like with CM Punk, like with him challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, a match that was probably been long past overdue. And like for the last year, I guess you could say, way past due. And this is where we can get the hype up, and this is where we can see Gunther probably be like, I cannot wait. I have been waiting for 2 years for this match, if not more longer, because like ever since that you've been using my signature move as a mockery over that competition company, like, but ever since you got here, like I can't wait to get my hands on, just like it did with Cody. Like, and I didn't give a damn that his mom was in attendance at that show at the Royal Rumble match in 2023, back 2 years ago. Like, but he mocked me when he was over there, like started mocking me with my chops and whatnot. So I started giving him a taste of being my first victim, like of a guy that I thought that would win in that company. But yeah. And he kind of let them have it back last year at that Royal Rumble as well, when it was only them 3. That was the last one standing until like it was Cody and Punk, and then Cody eventually won the match. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below, like if that's got, and then once we could see CM Punk fighting Gunther in that night, like which some of y'all probably think it'll be Seth Rollins will be screwing him out of the match. I mean, there's a possibility. Like I thought like a 50-50 chance he could be, but I think it'll be like when Punk will probably be naturally almost be losing to the name of Janet Al with him with those chops, and then making him as the second victim of anybody from the other company. And even the guys that came from the other company is now NXT leave them a message as well, like from the likes of Lexis King, All Ego Ethan Page, and even Sean Spears as well. But yeah, this is where we can see him like could hit the probably like over 100,000 chops onto what's his name to CM Punk, but he still keep kicking out. This is where we're talking about the finishing for good, but only for Goldberg, like when the referee probably gets down for any reasons. This is where it probably comes out of nowhere. Spears the ring general, teasing their future showdown. And this is where it helps CM Punk gets the 1, 2, 3 from 12 years ago. But it'll be like from the World Heavyweight Championship itself, probably like 16 years ago, since 2009. But this is where we can see Seth Rollins could weasel his way right into the the World Heavyweight Championship scene. I mean, like by entering the Royal Rumble and making sure that he wins the match. This will be his second Royal Rumble win, tying the likes of Cena, Orton, Batista, Edge, Cody Rhodes, and what's his name? Yeah, is it Batista? Yeah, I did. And who else that won the Royal Rumble? Oh, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels won a couple of times as well. And Randy Orton. I said, yeah, now you'll be tying them wrestlers that won the Royal Rumble. But this will be like from like about 6 years after his last Royal Rumble win, and this is where he could challenge CM Punk, but this time will be actually the main event on night one's Royal Rumble. Or maybe it could be night two, depending on like what WWE thinks will be appropriate spot for them to fight each other in the match card for WrestleMania 41. But let me know in the comments if you agree with me on this theory. But let's move on. Speaking of Seth Rollins, we got some Seth Rollins news to talk about. As he said, it feels like everything is new and fresh in WWE. And the 38-year-old star like has done it all in WWE. He has held world titles, like won Royal Rumble, and faced numerous top stars in high-profile matches, like with the company entering the Netflix era. Like Rollins remains one of WWE's most decorated stars. And while speaking to Chris Van Vliet on the Inside podcast, Seth Rollins was asked to comment on his goals in WWE at this point. He immediately replied, "It's a great question. Like I've asked myself this many times, especially over the last couple of years. Like I don't know. Like I'm in this weird space, where I feel especially after WrestleMania this past year in Philadelphia, I had this sense of accomplishments, that accomplishments, that, but in a way that I never experienced before, accomplished, oh, excuse me for a moment. Okay, Assassinators, I'm back here, but the Inside Podcast. It's again, And it did something I had never experienced before, like where I felt like I'm good if I stopped tomorrow. I'm good. Everything that I wanted to do, I'm good. I really felt like WrestleMania was kind of this most where we really took the business into a different era. Like it was the first time, first WrestleMania that Triple H was really in control over everything. I felt a big part of it, like, and I just felt like we ushered like in kind of a new era, like of WWE business. Like was amazing, and WrestleMania in Vegas is going to be even bigger. It just feels like everything is fresh, everything is new within WWE, whereas like the previous 10 years, I felt like a real fight to get into the that like point. Like I don't know, like after Philadelphia, like after night two, I just felt this release, like like this kind of weight like lifted off my shoulders, like I don't have to do everything like on my own, or I don't have to do or have to be the guy that pushes this thing forward. Like I think we're going to be okay. And Seth Rollins like went on to say, "I'm trying to find the balance," and the visionary. It says right here that then said that he was trying to be healthy, happy, like, and he wanted to find a balance between work and his home life. And he added, so with that said, I'm trying to be healthy, trying to be happy, trying to find more of a balance between my home and work, like that. I'm not trying to prioritizing like whatever next goal is on the hit of the horizon. Like obviously, like you work like every year to main event WrestleMania and to be the biggest act in our industry. I think when I kind of don't care about that, it might be time to hang it up. Like right now, I think that's it, but it's not like the obsession that it used to be. But what are your thoughts on Seth Rollins' statement? And do you not seeing WrestleMania like you once saw it like many years ago? And do you think he has done everything he's possibly accomplished? I think he did so, except for probably winning the King of the Ring tournament, which that's probably one thing that he has not accomplished yet, like next to Randy Orton. Like, yeah, like those are the top two guys. I hope they do get a shot at that at that moment of becoming like Seth Rollins to hang up his boots for good. I just don't think it's time yet, even though he's been doing it for over a decade now. But I think he probably have another decade of more to do until he can fully call it a career. And I sure hope that that'll be the case and he changes his mind and then he get, even if it's in a part-time base, like I just hope Seth Rollins does get more better and greater, like in WWE, and be more even more as a memorable wrestler in the business, like it's like his idol, the just like his idol, the like Triple H and other names that are recognizable from the past 20 and 30 years. But let's move on, and we're going to end today's wrestling news video with the 12-man tag match. Like like that's set for AEW's Collision, Maximum Carnage edition of Collision. Let me rephrase that. AEW has announced at star-studded tag team match for AEW Collision, which is the Maximum Carnage edition, on January 18th. And it's been announced by Mr. Anthony Khan that AEW World Champion Jon Moxley and the AEW World Trios Championships will Willa Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli will will team with the Learning Trees, Chris Jericho, Brian Keith, and Big Bill, the Redwood and Bad Apple, respectively. Will take on Rated FTR, which is the team of FTR and the Rated R Superstar Cope, the team with Powerhouse Hobbs and the Outrunner, in the 12-man tag match. But yeah, Cope, and FTR, have been feuding with the Moxie-led faction, which is the Death Riders, also known as, in recent weeks. The trio, has also clashed with Jericho's led faction, and that is the Learning Tree. They beat Chris, they beat Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith before on first episode of AEW Collision of this year in 2025. In an episode with in this coming episode, in the next 2 days on AEW Maximum Carnage edition of Dynamite, Powerhouse Hobbs will challenge Mox for the AEW World Title at that edition of Dynamite. But on the update card over AEW Collision, which you can see down below, it will be a 12-man tag match, which will be featured Jon Moxley, Willa Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, Chris Jericho, Brian Keith, and Big Bill will take on the Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland and FTR of the Rated FTR trio and Powerhouse Hobbs and the Outrunners. While on the other hand, that another match has been announced that we got a Texas Death Match, which is going to feature Hangman Adam Page taking on the returning Christopher Daniels, the falling angel himself, I guess you could say, which is no longer that incompetent ball biscuit head authority figure that he's been known as from the last. That calls himself Sugar Honey Iced Tea, but I want to ask you this question: who do you think is going to win this match? Yeah, along with Page versus Daniels match. And I'll say at this point, since Chris Jericho defeated Dax the Axe this past week, I think it will be the team of the baby faces of the Outrunners and Powerhouse Hobbs, Cope, and FTR that's going to win this. But I'm gonna let you guys give me your predictions in the comments and tell you why that they're gonna win, and yeah, but yeah, I guess that'll be it for now, Assassinators, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you Assassinators need to know, and yeah, and give me a big thumbs up button if you like this video, and smash and subscribe and the post notification bell along as well, and let me know which one was your favorite out of this list. If I had to pick one, maybe the collaboration with Cody Rhodes with Dude Perfect and Wrestling News, for today, in January 13th, which is their second week of being on Netflix, and their second week overall in 2025 as well, and we're going to be seeing who's going to be the first ever inaugural women's Intercontinental Champion when we have the match between Dakota Kai against Lara Valkyria in the finals in the tournament. And we're also going to be seeing Chad Gable, who's his mystery opponent will be, and we're going to be assuming that it's going to be Penta El Ziedo Miedo, which is going to be using the Penta name, like leaning forward in his run in WWE, like starting off probably as a single star, which is probably for the best. Like if he's not going to be debuting with his brother Ray Phoenix as the Lucha Brothers, you might as well like debut him as a single self because he has some success in the past. He got some resumes and credentials to prove that he could pull off a very impressive singles bout. And I think this is the best way to debut him, man. It's like, even though, like, maybe it's kind of random, but Chad Gable did say, like, made a reference about give him the best luchador that he's ever fought. Bring in the best luchador in the wrestling business. And I guess this is probably the perfect way to debut him as, because he is one of the best luchador, if not the best himself, like luchador in wrestling, the way I see it, I guess you could say. And the experience watching him for the last probably almost 6 years of watching him on AEW, like, I would say, yeah, he's at his at his best time in his career right about now. And this would probably be the best way to debut him in, like, in him defeating Chad Gable. And I think that the American Made is feuding with the LWO, but the LWO also feuding with the New Day, while the LWO is I would say the American Made is also feuding with the Alpha Academy. So we're gonna see how that gonna transpire, but yeah, I think that Penta should win this because this is his debut match. As a matter of fact, I think he should be what they call he should be undefeated at this point. Like, with him being like on WWE, like jumping ship from AEW to the this company right here. And I think Dakota Kai should be the first ever Women's United States Champion. No disrespect to Lyra Valkyria, because I hope that she gets a run with the Women's Mid-Card Championship down the line, down the road. And also, please make sure to check out my wild card edition of Monday Night Football review video, which is the other way around. It's the Monday night edition of the wild card game review, which will be featuring we're going to be featuring the Minnesota Vikings. Will be heading to Los Angeles, or even the Phoenix, like, because in case of the wildfire still going on, or if it's not safe to be there at this time, like in the Pacific, the biggest Pacific state in the United States, I guess you could say, or the West Coast, whatever you call it, and they need to go to the Southwest to play the game at the State Farm Stadium. But yeah, either way, let me know in the comments down below what's your opinions about, like, what stadium they're gonna be as. But they're gonna be at, like, drop the S and put the T in there. But yeah, let me know, like, who do you think is gonna win, and what location they're gonna be at, which football stadium they're gonna be. They're gonna be at SoFi or State Farm. Like, just give me your comments, like. And we're going to be talking about it and recapping on what just happened, what we just spectated, and who's going to be facing likely the Philadelphia Eagles, because the Commanders dominated not just completely dominated, but they, at the last minute, they defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a close game, because it looked like it's about to be anybody's game. It could be Baker's or Jaden Daniels' game with their respective teams, like with them tying it at 20, but Jaden Daniels is getting to the field goal range, and the rest of the offense did so as well. Like, until we got the kicker, like, what was his name is Zane. I'm trying to remember him by name, but yeah, I'm still kind of tired, like, from just waking up. But I got full schedule, and I got up a little bit of an hour earlier to do this video right here, so you knock this out of the way. But yeah, since I got that done, and I can have plenty of time doing my outside podcast business, like, to take care of, like, I can do that right now. But But let me know who's going to be facing, like, Philadelphia next week. Is it going to be the Rams or the Minnesota Vikings? Between, like, it's like with the which is going to be led by Matthew Stafford and Sam Darnold into this showdown. Like, and when it's the face, what's his name? Jalen Hurts, I believe. Yeah. like in the division round, because he defeated the Green Bay Packers with his teammates like by 12 points. But yeah, like this is gonna be very interesting. This is gonna be a very interesting Monday, and I cannot wait to be watching all these shows and make sure, yeah, and check them out. And I hope that y'all Assassinators are having a wonderful, yeah, Monday morning. And I'll see you all on those three events with some more SNA content until we meet again. Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye bye, my Assassinators. Y'all take care and have a super wonderful Monday, the rest of your day. And I will see you guys on the next one. Y'all take care and peace and bye bye.